With its elegant forms, classical subject, and refined technique, Banquet of the Gods by Joachim Anthonisz Wtewael is a paradigm of Dutch Mannerist art. The oil on copper work is just 6 1/8 by 8 1/8 inches. Although Wtewael was able to work on any scale, it is his small paintings that are most prized. This jewel-like composition reveals the artist's extraordinary dexterity. He exploits the smooth, reflective surface of the copper support with fine brushstrokes and glittering colours. The work, which was likely inspired by a well-known print by Hendrik Goltzius, depicts a celestial banquet comprising nearly 50 elegantly posed figures. In the foreground, Mars, the god of war, with his helmet, shield, and sword, wraps his arms around Venus, the goddess of love and fertility, who holds a glass of wine in her left hand. Her son, Cupid, with his signature arrows, leans upon her left leg. To their left, a drunken Bacchus raises a red jug to his mouth, while Ceres, the goddess of grain, leans into his lap. Her wheat and wares from a cornucopia are scattered in front of her. The identity of the man to her left is uncertain, but suggestions include both Saturn and Pluto. Pan, the god of the woods, sits towards the right of the foreground. He is surrounded by muses playing instruments. At the left edge of the composition, Hercules stands with his club. Minerva, in her armour, sits at the base of a tree nearby. At the banquet table, Diana, with a crescent moon on her brow, places her arm around Mercury, who wears a red hat. The three groups in the foreground each represent a separate motif. Bacchus and Ceres represent the pleasures of food and drink. Mars, Venus, and Cupid represent sexual love, while Pan and the four muses embody music and lust. The painting is divided into 3 fields. The prominent figures in the foreground near a large birch tree, the smaller figures at the banquet table, and a variety of goddesses and putti in the clouds above. The attributes and gestures of the individual figures in each group create a rhythm that ties the composition together. While Cupid watches Mars and Venus, his arrow leads to the amorous couple to the right of the tree. Minerva stands with Hercules, while her spear links them to Bacchus below and the serving table above. Wtewael's vivid colours also pull the complex elements of the composition together. This is especially noticeable in the deep blue garments that carry across the foreground, from the couple by the tree, across to Minerva, and further back to the standing servant's hat. Praised by his contemporaries for his versatility and prowess, Joachim Anthonisz Wtewael's prodigious talent is on full display in this remarkably well-preserved divine banquet scene.